Hi there, welcome to the series of Faith Tales. My name is Hepzibah Francis and you're welcome here to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, you're welcome. Hit the subscribe button, and if you're an old subscriber, I'm glad to have you here. Thank you for following. Now, this is an assignment that I literally should have finished in May 2022. And this is October 2022. Thank God for grace and ability and help and not to be replaced. But really, guys, God gave me this book that I released in May 2022 titled Faith Tales, and it was a book of 10 instances where God had literally gone out on a limb, right, in believing God in faith, and God had come true for me. If you are actually maybe a follower who has been following me for a while, you would know that my whole life is actually a life of faith. Everything in my life, the ministry that I run, the business that I do, the books that I write, everything in my life is a life of faith. And God helped me just pick 10 instances of when I had gone out on radical faith and trust in God, and He had actually come through for me. And I wrote that book to stir up faith in the heart of everyone who reads it. And this series of videos were just on my heart to, in addition to the book, share on some things that I was not able to share on there. And it's going to be a 3-part series on faith. In this first video, we're going to deal with what is faith. Now, I want you to please, I don't know how old you are in the Christian faith, but take aside, those things that we do on, I'm this old in the Christian faith, I don't need this. Just take that aside and open your heart and listen. Because even for me, sometimes it feels like I've walked a faith journey in God, but I get to a particular place and it's like another new faith journey begins. So, what is faith? Scripture 11 says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. It says something very important right there. That faith in its barest form, foundational form, is not seen. But it is the confidence that you have in that which you know that God has said to you already exists. Now, this definition of faith is very important, because if you would come into the faith walk with God, God would say things to you like He said to Abraham, I have made you a father of many nations. But you're thinking, this man doesn't even have a child. So where is the nations that God is talking about? And God would say to you that I've actually made him a father of nations. Because in God's sight, it is already done. So if you are going to be someone who walks in faith, it is of a necessity that you would also be someone who thinks like God. That key factor in faith is very important. If God says something to you, but you believe that that thing will be done, it will never be done. This is a very thin line in the definition of faith. Faith believes that it is already done. And this is where Satan is able to throw fiery darts and arrows at us. Because if you do not yet believe that it is already done, and if you walk by sight and not by faith, the enemy can always get you out of that place of rest. And the more you get out of the place of rest, the more it's harder to even receive that which God has said to you, because you can only get it by faith. So faith is not, I will get it. Faith is, it is already done.